Hello everybody, Scott Golden, Golden Opportunities Coaching here. Welcome back to the channel. It's been about a week since I've been here. Life took me in another direction for the past 6 or 7 days, but hopefully I'm going to get back to, in October, being more consistent, at least I hope. Today we're going to talk about what to say to people who are dealing with emotional pain and trauma. 6 things to say to people who are going through hardship of any sort. Obviously, if it's over your head or you're dealing with a lot of issues where you don't know what to say or how to help, obviously encouraging a person to get professional assistance from a coach, counselor, pastor, other religious leader, or a combination of all the above. I prefer the combo approach, to be perfectly honest. Do that, but if you're in the middle of a conversation and things get difficult, there are things you can say, and also we'll probably talk about some things not to say. The first thing is, you matter. I know it sounds really simple, but making sure the person knows that their opinions, their pain, their experiences, their emotions, no matter how jumbled, no matter how dark, no matter how difficult, that they matter and are valuable, and that you are actively interested and care what they have to say, what they think, how they feel, and all that good stuff. Yeah, all that needs to be put up front, in the front, for the person to hear. If they don't think that they matter to you, then they're not going to talk, which means they're not going to get the help they need or the help that you could provide. Do not answer your phone. Do not text. Give them your complete undivided attention. And if you can't do that, arrange for a time when you can. Do not divide your time when someone's going through hardship. Not only is it disrespectful, you wouldn't want it done to you, so why do it to somebody else? The next is, how can I help? Don't give advice, give support. And so, a lot of people think that they are capable of knowing how a person feels or how they process information. And so the worst thing you can do is tell someone what to do when they're going through a hardship. Unless they directly ask for your opinion doesn't matter nearly as much as your undivided attention and support do. So asking how you can help, if you can help, would they like help? These are reasonable questions because these indicate I am at your service. I'm willing to be of service to you in any way I can within reason. Please allow me that honor and that ability if and when you're ready to receive it. Next is, I'm going to listen. So it's perfectly okay to ask some starter questions, but it's the 80-20 principle. 80% of you should be listening. 20% of you should be asking questions for clarification. If you're talking more than 25% of the time, you're talking too much when a person's going through a hardship. And this ultimately is simply because they're the one going through the difficulty. They're the one going through the hardship, and they're the one that needs to process their emotions. While your opinion may be helpful if they ask for it, when you give it when it's not asked for, they're going to check out and may miss some things in their own processing because they're trying to answer to you rather than be present within themselves with an active witness, in this case, hopefully you. What do you need, or what would make this better right now? So, a lot of times people just need diversion. If you're overwhelmed, something as simple as going and listening to a comedy or watching a favorite TV show or listening to some music together, going for a walk, doing something different, getting a change of scenery, can mean the difference for people because the amygdala that handles the emotion of fear and claustrophobia can actually shrink or become less inflamed when we create diversion. So that is a useful thing. Asking what healthy thing do you need right now? Because there are many people that if they have unhealthy triggers such as drugs, alcohol, overuse of sex, gambling, shopping, and the like, the times when they go through trauma is the most likely time they're going to try and do these things because they're just looking to feel better, and whatever makes them feel better is what they care about in that moment or for the next several minutes or for the next several hours. sometimes in a really traumatic situation the next several days. And it can sometimes take years to get over the things we do when we're in the midst of a trauma response. So, offering healthy, keyword, alternatives is also something you can do for someone who is, consistently dealing with hardships. So, the next thing, second to last, is I'm here for you. I'm here for you today. I'm here for you tomorrow. I'm here for you when you need me. Obviously, and here's where people get in trouble. Don't overpromise to always be there. Matter of fact, I honestly wish the word always and never were removed from our lexicon, our language, because very rarely, when emotions arise, do always or never apply. You always, well, not always, much of the time, a lot of the time, most of the time, but not every time. You never, well, there's a first time for everything. So don't use those qualifiers that make things so black and white. Instead, I'm here for you as often as I can be. True statement. I'm here for you if you ever have an emergency. Mostly true statement. I'm here for you if you need to talk, just let me know and we'll work something out. Always give the qualifier that if something else comes up, you're not trying to ignore the person, but be as giving as you can. That way, they're less likely to get disappointed. If you say to someone, I'll always be there, and then you don't answer your phone for a week, well, then you're a liar and they don't matter. I'll be there as much as I can. You've put a qualifier. You've already built in there's possibility that you may not be able to be there, but it doesn't mean you don't care about them. That's important. And the last one, probably one of the most valuable in the entire list, help me understand. The biggest reason people don't talk is because they feel misunderstood. The biggest reason that people hold on to negative emotions is because they feel that other people won't understand. So if you ask for help, if you ask for clarity, if you ask for clarification in understanding how a person relates, that gives them the freedom to open up, be honest, be forthright, and be descriptive. Now, they may not be ready to do this, so don't push them if they're not ready, but at the same time, most people that are going through a traumatic experience, one of the things they want to do once they get past the initial shock mode is talk it through so they can figure it out within themselves. So if you say, help me understand, help me to see where you're coming from, help me to know what you're going through. When you say help me, you're doing two things. Number one, you're allowing them to process at their own speed. And number two, you're giving them something to do that's constructive. You're asking them to help you do something in understanding that will benefit them in the long run. So that becomes really, really valuable. So hopefully this is helpful to you. And we will be back with more content. Keep your feet on the ground, your mind in the moment. Till next time, everybody.